Hello, hello. Sis Day. Sit up a little bit. It's opposite. Okay. It's a good morning for me, 9 o'clock in the morning here in Cambodia. Wow, that's really bright. Angle this down. There you go. So today we're going to ramble about movies. Yes, indeed. I know a lot of people were looking forward to this, so they should be joining soon. Until then, if you happen to be watching this on replay, I grabbed a couple of VHSs that I still have, that I have nothing to play them on, to show some of my favorite movies. Dirty Harry is my... Can you tell I have cat? Can you tell I have cats without saying I have cats? Dirty Harry. Oh my gosh, so many amazing lines from this film. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Classic. Absolutely one of my favorites. I went to see it. I was in Los Angeles, and they had a theater there that played old classic movies, and so they had, like, at least their midnight viewing, you know, the Midnight Madness or something they would call it, and they had Dirty Harry. So my son, who was a teenager at the time, maybe 14 or 15, I had him for visitation at the time, and so we went together to see it, and it was just amazing to see it in the cinema with a live audience, every single person of whom was also a fan. You know, I want to say a diehard fan, but then that would sound like I'm talking about the movie Die Hard, right? Speaking of Clint Eastwood, also love this one. Two Mules for Sister Sarah with Shirley MacLaine. Classic. Say hello. Say hello. I see there's one eyeball. I know you're here. Say hello. Tell me what favorite movie, or one of your favorite movies. In fact, let me get the link. Copy. And if anybody join me live and actually talk instead of having to type, all you need to do is click on that link. What that will do, it will put you into my StreamYard system. So I see you, but no one else sees you yet. Until I click on you, then it will actually add you to the broadcast or live stream, add you to the This is my only calico. She's looking out the window. All right, what else do I got? This is a comedy, but again, one of my favorites. Overboard. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, a couple in real life as well as on this movie. Absolutely hilarious. Really good fun on this film. It is about she's kind of like what we would call entitled now, rich entitled person, and she falls overboard, and Kurt Russell and his family live on a boat, and they find her and they rescue her, but she's got amnesia. So they tell her that she's the wife and mother of this family, and she's supposed to cook them breakfast, and she's supposed to clean. And so she just starts doing all these things because she has amnesia, right? She doesn't know any different. What'd you guys do? Okay. Sorry, the cats are... So daytime, they're awake, although you can see that's Kitty. Another film. Oh, look, somebody my one eyeball left because they must have just been checking it out and not one of the regular viewers. They must not have liked it. Cocktail with Tom Cruise. This is an older one. I don't know if it says on here like what year. I doubt it. They didn't think to write the years on them. But put this way. Da, 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 da. So he's a bartender, and interesting things ensue. So I always liked that one too because I was a bartender at the time. Ah, okay, see you. You to the stream.
Hey, I was here.
There you are.
Yes, I'm the one.
And I was backstage. Yeah, you're the one. And so I guess so maybe when you come up on panel, you're not an eyeball anymore.
Right. I am
maybe that's
one of the I was back. No, then I'm backstage. I'm backstage waiting to enter the studio. It's like, whoa. I was in the green room.
Yeah, in the green room. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I didn't hear. I heard you say.
Well, here I've got three more video cassettes.
I was just saying. I heard you talk. The last thing I heard you say was Overboard, and I love that movie. I watch it every time it comes on.
Exactly. It's like if it's on, you can't turn it off. It's one of those movies. Cocktail was the next one.
Oh yeah, I think I only saw that one once at the theater.
Like, yeah. So I was working as a cocktail waitress. Then I moved to bartender as well, and I used to do all that throwing things around and stuff as well. And so to see that movie validated me in a way, you know.
Yeah, it took me a minute to remember which one that was because he has a couple like in the bar scene. So yeah, I remember that. I remember that one. I think I only saw it once, but I did. It was good. It was cute. I mean, maybe
did you hear me mention Dirty Harry?
Dirty Harry. I know, but I don't know that I saw Dirty Harry.
You gotta be kidding me.
I know. You know, I just watched The Godfather like 2 years ago.
Really? Yeah.
It was like, oh, and then I watched The Sopranos, the series. Finally,
I have not seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I know. It's like there's so many movies. You can't see everything. You know?
No, and sometimes I don't watch them when they're happening. It's like and then it's later I'm into it. Like I didn't watch Friends.
Dirty Harry was like the 70s.
Yeah,
I mean, I never saw it in a cinema, but
yeah, I mean, I heard of it. Obviously, everybody's heard of Dirty Harry.
But yeah, Make My Day, and you know.
Okay, is that where that one came from?
Yeah, Make My Day.
Then I probably did. I just don't know the name.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Is that Clint Eastwood?
Yeah, and so it's so like there's twice.
I love twice.
I do too. There's twice in the movie where in the beginning, kind of setting it up, right?
Right.
Where there's a bank robber or something, so, you know, or no, what he robbed a restaurant, and he's fallen down on the ground, and Dirty Harry has chased him, and he's holding his gun in his face and saying, "Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a 357 Magnum, whatever type of gun. I can't remember exactly there. This is a 357 Magnum. It's the most powerful gun in the world,
right?
And it holds 9 bullets. Or well, if it was a revolver, then it would be 6 bullets. Okay, let's just go with 6 because it might have been a revolver. Yeah, it holds 6 bullets, and you're thinking, did he fire 5 shots or only 6 or 5 shots, you know. So, and so this is when he goes, so do you feel lucky, punk?
Yeah, I know the lines. Those are the famous
Right.
lines.
That's where that comes. And then in the end of the movie, because he's been chasing a serial killer, he gets that serial killer in the same position and then like says it again, you know, is it, do you feel lucky, punk? Do you?
Yeah.
You know, or whatever. It's like, I love it. Oh my gosh. You know, one of the things I love about that movie too is I grew up around San Francisco. I was actually born in San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
But I grew up in the Bay Area, and all of my life, I remember that big triangle building, which I grew up calling the Transamerica building. I don't know if it's changed its name because sometimes buildings get bought by someone and then they change to their name, but it was the Transamerica building. And they have the skyline of San Francisco and there's no Transamerica building.
Oh.
Like you don't even see it under construction. Yeah, so I always think that little bit's cool. Speaking of Clint Eastwood, this is a TV series, but Rawhide.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly?
No. That it does kind of look like because of the cowboy thing. No, before he did movies, this was a TV show. And they were
Rawhide. Oh yeah, Rawhide. Yeah, I see it now. Rawhide. Giddy up, Rawhide.
And you get that little song. Yeah. Rolling. Keep those doggies rolling. Da 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 da. Rawhide.
Mostly what I remember is the commercial with the dog chow, where they mimic that song.
Yes, Purina. I think that was Purina.
Like, oh. But yes, Clint Eastwood, he's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah. And Mel Gibson, he was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I like Mel Gibson too.
So I was really impressed with Hamlet. This is Hamlet. Where am I? There.
Hamlet. Yes.
Right. And of course, it's Shakespeare. Everybody knows it and everything. But when I saw this film with Mel Gibson, it brought it to life in a way that I'd never, because it's always like blah, 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 especially if you have like the Laurence Olivier kind of
I'll have to watch it because I didn't see that one.
But it makes it feel real. It makes it feel like these are real people living real lives, which is what acting and good filmmaking should do.
Right. He's a great actor. He does that. He makes all that history learning fun.
Right. And they're actually they're not like updating the language or anything. It's all the original lines, but the way he delivers it, it's not like you're reciting poetry. It's like just normal speaking. And so that's kind of part of what makes it feel real. And I really like that. And the other one I have here, Groundhog Day.
And that's a good one.
Bill.
Oh yeah, Bill Murray. Groundhog Day. Oh yeah, some days I feel
it's a comedy, of course.
That's how I was feeling when the dreaded, what happened. It was every day was like Groundhog's Day. When that started up.
It's just the same day. Yeah.
Like every day was like repeated over and over. But
what about you? What are some of your favorite films?
Oh golly gee. I'm trying to think right now. I was just watching an old one, not that it is my favorite, but do you remember that movie, The Changeling? I was just
I remember of it, but I think I was heading out of horror movies. Yeah.
Yeah. It was George C. Scott. No, I did a little briefing on The Sixth Sense today. I watched like a little refresher on YouTube.
Nice.
Kind of showed it was like, oh yeah, I remember that now and that. Just like because that was great. But I love that. I'm trying to think what my favorite movies are in the world. I should have been thinking about it.
Yeah, you had like 2 days.
I know, and my mind's blank now. When someone asks me, it's like,
yeah. I had a little I don't know where it is.
I said I'm thinking it. Just keep talking and they'll come to me.
Here. I am going to was good.
Oh, that
Have
a
this
latest movie
picture.
that came out was where the crawdads sing. That was really good. Did you see that?
No, I'm not sure what. Where the crowd
did you see? I
what?
think it's where the crawdads sing. I think that's the name of it. That's a really good movie that just came out like within
No.
6 months. It's already on Netflix. It's very good. It's
Where
one
the
of those
crawdads
movies
sing. That
that
sounds like a
and
great
it gets you
title.
right to the, and it's one of those movies like The Sixth Sense, not the same kind of movie, but it gets you at the end. It's one of those it's a really good movie, and it's one of those. Now, see,
Right.
there's so many movies that do that. Oh, and then Robert De Niro was in I was looking at the scary movies, and now I lost the name of Hide and
Mhm.
Seek. Did you see that one? That one has that weird twist too.
No.
Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro and that little girl. Oh, that girl that's in so many movies. I can't think of her name. Well, of course I can't think of her name. But anyway, look that one up. Hide and Seek. That one's another good one. Or
Hide and
scary.
seek.
Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro, and it's kind of like it's one of those ones that gets you at the end too, where it's like, what's happening, and then oh, it all comes together at the end. But
Okay,
I
so
haven't seen
this I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
share the screen for just a second. Tab, this tab. And if you're on a phone, you're probably not going to see it so well.
Yeah, I'm on a
let me
little. I
see.
see
Yeah.
it. I was just watching that today.
Okay,
That
so
clip.
I will read what it says. Oh, well, this
Okay.
one says stupid. I'm going to say dumb. I see dumb people. They're everywhere. They walk around like everyone else. They don't even know that they're dumb.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good meme.
So there we go. Yeah,
don't
I
even
had
know that.
like a
Yeah.
printout of it, like in my office when I had an office. That's why I was surprised. The other one I have.
Let's go back to the very first. I was gonna say. Oh. What does that say?
This is the singer, and it says,
"Oh yeah, I love that movie. I like
one more outburst, and I will strangle you with my microphone." With my microphone wire. One more outburst. Yes. So yeah, that is. Oh my gosh, absolutely a favorite.
The soundtrack to that movie is all good music from the 80s. I love it.
Man,
I love it. I love the one part where, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. He's singing after he's upset. He's all sad. I can't think of the song now, but every time it comes on, I sing it like he does. Whoa.
Right. Oh my gosh.
I can't think of it right now, but it's. And then the other guy that would get up there and sing. And then Billy Idol's in it.
Well, then when we were talking about Shaka Khan, that's in the guy's auditioning to be the replacement wedding singer or replacement in the band or something.
Oh, that's right.
And then he finishes his song and he goes Shaka Khan.
That's right. And then the guy at the airlines has the flock of seagulls hair. And he's like, "You must really like flock of seagulls," or whatever. He's like, yeah, I got that.
Oh, right. The guy checking them in or selling them the ticket. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. But yeah.
And then Billy Idol's there. I'll tell you something that
Trying to think of it.
I had a proposal.
Pick me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. She's trying to sing and she's so bad. Yeah. She's wearing a shirt. She's like, "Take off my shirt or you're gonna jinx the band."
Right. The whole movie, there was nothing wasted at all in that film. Every moment was perfect.
It was.
Yeah,
that was good. And Drew Barrymore was good in it.
Oh yeah. Well, that was, I think, the first one they did together. And so after that, they've done several like rom-coms since.
Right. Well, they did that 52 dates or whatever it was.
Yeah, 51st dates.
That one was just so depressed. That was just
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Nothing tops The Wedding Singer. That's just
No,
the
that
best.
was the one. That was perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Another favorite film of mine is The Little Princess, the one with Shirley Temple. I don't. Do you remember that one?
no.
Really? Oh my gosh,
Is
it
that
was
what
one of my
she tapped it?
favorites.
Is it, does she tap dance? Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's been redone and redone like a secret garden kind of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been
Yeah,
redone a million times.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
So
Yeah.
her father went off to war and left her at this boarding
Oh
house.
yeah. Yeah,
And
it's the
so she
same.
was the little rich girl, but then they
Right.
get a letter that the father died. And so the
Yeah, she's
mistress
poor.
accepts her, has pity on her to keep her as a slave, a servant girl.
Yeah.
And so now she's got to be the servant to all the other little rich girls who are mean girls. She was rich but nice and always shared and everything.
Yes, it's
But
like,
other
oh,
rich girls
hello.
are just
Oh,
mean girls.
Daddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. I've seen it now, and it's also been done with different through the years. That was,
Yeah. That's my favorite. It's my
but they,
favorite.
it's
I love the ending because she's been searching for her father in the hospitals and she has to get there one more time. And
oh yeah,
she
oh
goes through all
Daddy.
these obstacles to get there and she finds her dad and he's sitting in a wheelchair. They're just about to put him on the ambulance, but the ambulance was full. And she's
Yeah.
hiding from the people that are chasing her in this little side room right there. And she sees her father and he's like, Sarah. And she's like, I'm Sarah. I'm Sarah.
Don't you know me?
Yeah. Oh, it's my favorite part. Then she
That's a
sees Queen
good
Victoria and salutes that like this is my dad. I found him. And Victoria's being pushed in her chair and just
This is my
just does a
daddy.
nice little nod. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Absolute
Yeah.
favorite.
Well,
So do you have any more you're thinking of?
any what?
Do you have any more films
Well,
you're thinking
movies.
of?
Well, I'm just starting at the beginning of my childhood. How about Oliver? I loved that. It's musical Oliver. I love that
Ah,
one.
yeah. La
Fiddler
da da
on
da
the,
da da
Fiddler on the
da.
Roof. Fiddler on the
Oh,
Roof, and
Fiddler on the
favorite.
Roof,
Tell him
classic.
no. What is this about your daughter marrying my husband? I love it. I love that movie. I'm a weird
Jumping from
kid though.
that, what about Yentl? Did you ever see Yentl with
Of
Barbara
course,
Streisand?
of course I did. Papa,
Yeah,
can you, Papa,
the
can you
musical.
hear me? Papa, do you hear me? Or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah,
course.
yeah. She's
I
sitting under
saw
the
every
field
I
of
saw
stars.
every movie Barbara was in.
Oh, I know. And what was
I love musicals, so there you go.
yeah, there was
And
Funny Girl, What's Up Doc in San Francisco again. And you had
oh
the
my God.
Fanny, the one where she's
Oh,
Fanny or
I just
whatever.
watched Fanny Bryce. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
watched it the other day. It's
yeah.
called. Is it called Funny? It's Funny Girl.
Is that one Funny Girl?
I think so, isn't it? Yeah, that one's Funny Girl. Because but she's got so many. But oh my gosh, do you remember that one she's in the main event with Ryan O'Neal? Was it Ryan O'Neal? And he's a boxer. I mean, it wasn't a musical, but it's like what the main
With
event.
Ryan
He's a
O'Neal?
boxer.
Oh, she was like in
I
three
don't know.
of them.
Okay, well, it was just one of
Oh,
those 70s movies. One of those, and then was it What's Up? Remember the movie where oh, I don't know, was it
what
thinking
the fuck?
What's Up, Doc? Yeah,
And
that
then
one was.
they go in the water in the Volkswagen Beetle
Yeah,
and they go down Lombard
the whole
Street.
movie was silly, 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 silly.
Yeah, silly,
No,
but
but
good
yeah,
silly. The one where
it's
Ryan
silly.
O'Neal's a boxer, that rings a bell, and I can't remember, but yeah, it was more of a dramatic film.
Oh, yeah, are
Uh,
you with Jane Fonda, The Barefoot in the Park? That was good.
no,
That's
you
Robert
said,
Redford, though.
oh,
I know,
okay.
I'm getting.
You know
That's
what?
another
I'm
good
not
one.
sure I ever saw that one. I've heard
Oh,
of
that's
it, but I'm not sure I saw it.
yeah,
I've seen Love
Barefoot in the
Story.
Park.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen bits of Love Story, but I don't think I've ever seen the whole thing.
Oh yeah, well it's been when I was young. When I was but a child, I saw that. I haven't seen that. That's one they don't play over and over on TV. That's
No.
why I haven't seen it.
And
Over
Dr.
and over.
Zhivago is supposed to be
But I
some
did see
big
it.
love
Right. And
story.
I was
I've never seen that.
no, and when the time that came when it came out, of course, I was too young to get into that. If there was nothing
Yeah,
like
yeah,
with
me too.
singing or something to keep me interested.
Yeah.
But
Remember
yeah,
when Jaws came out?
definitely, I saw that when I was afraid to get into the bathtub. I was glad I lived in Iowa, nowhere near an ocean. And
Oh,
then
I
Amityville
I grew
Horror,
up in California. Huh?
Amityville Horror.
Amityville. Yeah,
The
I
movie.
remember. See, I was in
The
the
first
horror
one.
films at that time. Yeah,
Yeah, my mom was
yeah,
reading my mom read the book and she was telling before the movie ever came out, and that was scary. The book is, when you
yeah.
read something, and she would read as
And
far as
you're
like,
mad.
don't tell me anymore, but tell me, but don't tell me. I didn't want to know because I was scared to death, but yet I was curious. I wanted to hear it. It's like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
my gosh, but
no.
yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to move through time.
Mm,
Move through the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Of course, I just
Saturday
saw.
Night Fever.
Oh, of course. All right. Well, I had to wait a while. Mom wouldn't let me see that at the theater. I had to wait till it
Yeah.
came on HBO.
I think my mom sent me out to get popcorn or something, or covered my eyes or whatever, like because there's like a rape scene or
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
I
And
yeah. That's yeah. There was that. It was probably a little inappropriate. The main thing was she would probably be embarrassed to tell her friends that she let her daughter go see that movie.
I know because I would have been like 10 years old or something.
Yeah, a little
So
young, although I was always listening.
yeah,
But
A
that
Star
most of
is
it,
Born. A
most of
Star
it
is
was.
Born with Barbara Streisand and Chris
Oh yeah,
Christopherson.
yeah.
You
I
know.
don't think I got to see. I didn't get to see that at the theater. My
Yeah,
mom
yeah,
had
yeah.
all. My mom had. They was. My parents would always buy the album to every movie, so I got to
Yeah,
hear all the music.
yes. I
All the
actually had
music.
the Godfather music book to like play on the piano on an organ. I had a little organ, and yeah,
Yeah, came with a little
uh,
note.
so. But I had never seen the movie. My mom absolutely refused to let me see Father, which was probably good parenting on her part.
Grease
Uh,
was great.
oh yeah, oh Greece was at an age that, you know, uh, that was like, yeah, I was in that coming of age time, and
Yeah,
so I wanted to be like that. I
we're
mean,
the same. I think
and
we're the same
you'd
age.
watch it. Like, God,
The Pink Ladies. I
yeah, I
had a
was born
pink
in
satin
'66.
jacket. You were born in what?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
Like
think I
you're
wanted to be more like Olivia Newton-John in the end.
Oh yeah, of course. Of course, she had more fun.
Oh, you froze.
Yeah, you're skipping too. We're both kind of like stuck.
Okay, I think it's back again. Yeah,
Okay, I'll try to move slowly.
yeah,
But yeah, that was
yeah.
good.
So, and we must
Um,
have gone to the actual theater to watch it again and again
oh yeah, we had
because
to. There was no other way.
you know, right.
And I saw
I
it
mean,
a lot.
HBO came out shortly around that time, so they might have
Right, but
got
it
it
took a year.
afterwards.
Right, but it took
Yeah,
years back then.
yeah,
It
absolutely.
took forever.
Because they wanted
So
to make
yeah, we
sure
didn't.
that all the theaters got their money first before they'd let it go on HBO.
I remember when we first got HBO, I'm thinking I was in seventh or eighth grade, something like that.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember Hair was one of the movies. Hair.
Ah,
Hair.
yeah,
I was like, whoa, that was wild. And then
yeah.
something with Martin Mull. Or that his name? Martin Mull, the comedian?
I
The
don't
one that was
know.
on Roseanne. Okay. He's blonde. I don't know. Anyway.
There's Martin Short, but he wouldn't have been around back then.
No, not
Uh,
Martin Short. He's Martin Mull. Martin Mull. And he
Martin
was on
Mull.
Roseanne. If you saw Roseanne, he was her boss when she was a waitress. He was her
Oh,
gay boss when she was a waitress.
right. Okay, okay.
That's Martin Mull. But he was in. There was something.
Mhm.
That's what I remember. And then when
I re-
MTV when MTV came out, when they first came out, they started in Omaha, Nebraska, and I had cousins in Omaha, Nebraska. So we went to visit, and my cousin was like, "Check this out," and it was like,
yeah,
"Wow, MTV!" And they played music to video, and it was like mini movies. It was like, "This is wow." It was
yeah,
great.
yeah. It was life changing
It was.
because until then you only got to see artists singing or performing like on the Dick Clark show,
Yeah,
um,
Bandstand or
American Bandstand, maybe the Grammys, or if they had a variety show like, so, the
right,
Sonny and Cher show. John Denver had a show, so you had those variety shows.
right, and that's
So you
what.
might catch someone there. Variety shows, American Bandstand, Midnight Special, Soul
Oh yeah,
Train, those
I watched. I stayed up and
weekly,
watched
but
the next special.
yeah, but they were weekly shows. You had
Yep,
to wait all week to see who they were going to have.
I know.
They
It
couldn't
was
have everybody,
exciting.
you
Oh,
know.
who's it gonna be? Oh, I remember my brother would
Yeah.
try to get me to stay awake to see Creature Feature. It came on like after the
Oh
news,
yeah,
and then the eyeball came on, and then the shows, and I would be like, huh, slapping myself to try to stay awake.
yep,
He'd be like, "You're awake?" I'm awake. But our favorites were
yep,
Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin when they had a movie. We loved those as kids.
yeah.
Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin movies.
All those bombs. Yep.
They were,
And
yep,
then
they were
Abbott and
You're
morning.
breaking up.
Oh, did you? Sometimes it was Saturday morning. You had your cartoons on Saturday. I don't know, but I used to watch all the black and white movies. I don't know what time of day that was.
Well, probably because we all watched the same thing because there were 3 channels or 4, so we all were watching the
How
same
about
thing
waiting
in the
once a
Matrix.
year? You had The Wizard of Oz, and you
Oh, I
had
know, and it came
the
on
Ten
like
Commandments at
what, like
Easter.
right
Oh,
now.
and
Wizard of
Gone
Oz
with the
was what,
Wind.
November
Sure.
or October? October or November? What is it? What was it? You're froze.
I hope that's not my signal.
Whoop. Are you there?
Now, yeah. You blacked out. You said something about the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, you blacked out too.
I
I
was just
can't
waiting.
remember. Was it November or October?
Yeah. I think it was that because Ten Commandments was Easter, so they
Oh
had to
yeah,
balance that with Wizard of Oz.
okay. Yeah. And then of course we had all
You
those
know,
wonderful Christmas shows that would come on, Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Rudolph the Reindeer. Yep.
and the Grinch,
Yep.
Charlie
Yep.
Brown.
Love. Oh, Charlie Brown Christmas. You had to wait all year to be able to see
I
these.
know. I know.
Mhm.
I can
Such a
think
part of our
back
life.
in elementary school. Elementary school back in the day, when I was a kid, we'd always make an ornament and then hang it on. There'd be a tree out in the hall, and every class would hang their ornament. I could still smell the glue and the
Mhm.
paper, what? No, what's that called?
Yeah.
Whatever the colored paper and the glue. Like, oh, that smell.
Yeah.
The memories.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, back when it wasn't and be able to have Christmas vacation, say
Yeah,
winter vacation or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Christmas was a real holiday that you
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, those were the
Exactly.
days.
Not turned into
You know,
such
back on the
great.
HBO, before I
Okay,
jump to the, I'll remember the HBO thing. In school, do you remember Free to Be You and Me with Marlo Thomas? Free to Be You
no.
and Me? Dun, 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 dun. No? Oh, they
Well,
played
do
that
you
in our
remember?
school.
No, do you remember like on Saturday mornings there was like a guy and a girl that would come on and they would like, Dear Alex and Annie. It was Alex and Annie and they would like answer questions like, Hey kids, are you being bullied at school? Ask Alex and Annie. It was like, oh my god. Yeah, I guess it
Wow,
doesn't ring a bell.
no.
Alex,
No, I
Alex
don't think
and
it was in
Annie.
our area at all.
Well, those bill commercials. I mean, those little the law that be no the
Grace
bill
is
that became
here.
a law. Oh,
Grace
thank
just
goodness.
joined us. Hi,
Peace.
Grace. We're just going over different movies and TV and, you know, kind of media in general. So,
Yes,
Grace,
we're
tell us what's your favorite movie. I know all these people we had last time, we're all talking about The Sixth Sense. We're like, okay, we're going to come back so that we can talk about it without spoiling it for anybody. And nobody's here. I mean,
well,
Grace is here now. Thank you.
maybe they're just a little late. They forgot. They got sidetracked. I could get sidetracked. I'm getting comfortable here.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing more that I can do. Made a Telegram group in the Telegram group. And I said, guys, 3 minutes, you know, get ready or something.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
Okay,
hard.
so
Yeah,
The
unless you
Sound of
have it.
Music. She said The Sound of Music.
Oh yes, I
Oh,
love that movie.
yes. Do,
That's
a female deer.
my
Da,
my
da, da,
favorite
da, 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 da.
was the I can't remember which the six. I am 16 going on 17. That lady, that girl was my favorite. Oh, she was in
I'm
love, and then
16,
he turned into be a
I'm
creep.
17.
I am 16
Yeah.
going on 17. La 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 la. Fellows
Yeah.
I meet may tell me I'm sweet, and willingly I believe. I love that. And a pretty dress twirling around. Oh, I loved it. I love that movie. I saw it at the
Yeah.
theater the first time. I mean, it had to be, but I don't. What year did it come out?
I'll have to give me a second. I'll have to
Yeah, look that up because I'm not sure if was just like a repeat at the movie when I saw it. Because
music. 65.
okay, so when I saw it
So
in the theater,
before
it
we
had
were
like
born.
right. So when I saw it in the movie theater, it had to have been like re-released or something, and I thought it was like the first time ever.
Right.
But no, it was impossible because I
Yeah.
did see it in the theater. And I remember my brothers went and they were not thrilled. I mean, they secretly liked it, but they pretended to be like singing. Everybody's singing. It was like, oh, you love it. I loved it. Of course, I loved it.
Disney had a schedule where every 7 years they would re-release. So like when I was
Oh, that
little,
was
I
it.
saw Bambi. I absolutely
That
love
might be it
Bambi.
then. Okay, let's
Yeah.
figure that out then. What year did you
Well,
say? 16?
65. So you've
Okay.
been 12 or 13.
Yeah. So
If it was ever,
72.
but that was just Disney that did every 7 years.
Oh,
So
well, maybe
other studios could have done other things.
yeah, that would be about right. I mean, I was young when I was little.
Yeah.
I know that. I was real young, but and then it would come out, I guess, once a year after a while on TV every year. It had to, but not
Yeah.
right, not like Wizard of Oz. I don't. But if it ever came out, it was like, oh, like, wow. We always watched everything. Sunday night movie,
Mm, yeah, good
Saturday
stuff.
night. I'm not sure which night, but it was Love Boat and Fantasy Island. As a kid, I mean, I was always
Yeah, I remember
babysitting somebody, but I was a kid myself babysitting like my mom's friends. I was thinking, I was like, yes, that's what our parents used to
exactly.
do back in the day. They just put a bunch of kids together. The oldest one was the babysitter.
Right,
I
right.
was like,
I
okay,
lived
you
in
are.
an apartment building. I grew up living in an apartment building with my mom. And so I started babysitting like other kids, like
Yeah.
being, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old or something, because the kids were asleep,
Oh yeah.
right? They were already put down to sleep. They just needed someone in the house in case there was an emergency. So my only job really was that if there was an emergency, I would call my mom, because they were in the apartment complex. So then my mom
Yeah.
could just run over.
Yeah,
You
they're
know.
probably playing
So
cards or something.
yeah. So I started, I mean, paid babysitting jobs. Like I had to
Yeah.
have been 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah, I was definitely 10 and 11 babysitting.
Oh, great. Says, yeah, yeah. Because well, I remember just a minute, Grace. I remember being t- uh, 12. 12 is when I kind of shifted in and kind of grew up and was starting to get in trouble and stuff like that at 12. So, and I had been babysitting more than 2 years by that time. I had to have been
You were,
younger than
I'm
10.
so over babysitting now. I'm into other stuff.
So anyway, Grace
I hear
says
you.
my grandmother had us watching Lawrence Welk.
I
I
loved it.
remember watching Welk on TV.
Are you kidding? I
The
still do
bubbles.
on Saturday night. You can still
Yeah.
watch it
Didn't
on
he have the
Saturday.
bubbles?
Are you? Oh my
No.
gosh. I watched it with my
Well, you
grandparents
two
too.
watch everything. I'm sure,
Hmm?
I'm
Are you
sure there's
talking?
Lawrence Welk shows on YouTube.
I watch the old Lawrence Welk shows all the time. It's a hoot and holler. I love it. My grandma and grandpa used to watch it, and I used to get in front of the TV and tap dance and do all the dancing. And
Yeah.
I was,
Because when you're
you know,
little, you don't know it's like not cool or whatever. I mean, I thought it was
oh
cool.
no, I'm pretty sure I knew it was not cool,
She
but with grandma and grandpa, nobody was around, so we could be uncool with grandpa and grandma. But at school we weren't like,
right,
"Hey man, we watched Lawrence and
right.
Welk this weekend." No, we all were watching it because we all talk about it now. Like, remember? Yeah, we would have never admitted it then, but we were all watching it.
Yeah. Grace a Bobby and a Sissy. Does that make
Oh
sense to
heck
you?
yeah,
I'm missing something.
Bobby and Sissy were the dancers, and
What?
Bobby, oh my, Bobby and that grin and that, oh Lord, Bobby. He's still look.
Okay,
I think he's
okay.
still alive. You don't know Bobby and Sissy? They were the dancers. The couple that came out
Okay,
that was their bit. And before,
right.
there was someone before Sissy. Sissy was the second one, but that's who I remember too. But there was someone that came before Sissy. Sissy, she was a little
Nice.
blonde. She was
Okay.
blonde and he's tall and dark.
I'll be honest. Bubbles.
I can't hear you.
He had bubbles, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they came out of
Lawrence
the.
Welk had bubbles.
Yes, the band.
Yeah, that's the only thing I remember.
Oh yeah. Oh well, you need to look it up. Although you'll be like, oh, but yeah,
Well, I
I
remember
love
I
it.
liked it. I liked watching the show. I remember that.
And then at the
You
end, good
know.
night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that all your dreams come true. And now, till we meet again, adios, au revoir. I don't
Mm.
remember the last part. Good night.
Sayonara.
Hold on, it'll come to me
Happy
later.
trails.
No,
Happy
I'll start with.
trails to
We need
you.
some. Where's
To-
Grace? Grace needs to get up here and sing
Yeah, yeah, that'd be awesome.
it.
Oh,
Do-do-do-do-do. Now I'm gonna be singing Lawrence Welk, but that's okay because
uh,
those were good times with Grandma, Grandpa.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to entertain them. Right?
Mm.
Thought I did.
I grew up on reruns too, which makes it like
They
it's
seem so
it's
old.
it's easy to relate to the tail end of the boomers because
Yeah.
we're on the cusp. We're at the top end of the Generation X, but it's easy to
Right.
relate to the lower end of the boomers
Right.
with all the
Exactly.
reruns. So they
Oh
might have
yeah.
been watching like so Star Trek, the Brady Bunch, um, all these shows would I grew up watching, but I watched them. The Monkeys. The
Yes.
Monkeys, God, I love the Monkeys. You know what? I used to Nesmith, my really believe because
You're pro.
I was, I had a picture of my dad where he's got the same kind of beanie that Michael Nesmith is always wearing, and it looks very similar to Michael Nesmith. But through my child's eye, that explained why he wasn't with us was because he was on tour with the Monkeys and doing all those capers that I'm watching on the Monkeys, thinking that it's like real things, right? Not realizing that it's television show. But
Right. Hanging
yeah.
out with the monkeys.
Da, 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 da. Yeah.
But we're too busy playing to put anybody down.
Hey, do that with your friends. You get together in a line, and then you do that monkey, the walk, crossing your legs over like they did on the Monkeys
Oh
in that
yeah.
intro.
Oh yeah. I forgot about all that fun stuff.
Mm.
Oh gosh. I'm still trying to figure out the end of Lawrence Bosa.
You want me to
But
look it up?
you have to start at the beginning to say it. And I'm not singing it again.
Let's
I'll spare you. No, it's
work,
Italian. It's saying
work.
I'll be in it's Italian. Gotta hear
Good
it.
night lyric. Adios, au revoir, off, Weiter shine, till we meet again. Lyrics, song lyrics. Okay, I gotta open a new page. Where is it? Here it is. Good night, until we meet again. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. Till then, and though it's always sweet sorrow to part. Yeah, that's it.
That's
You'll always be in my heart. Yeah.
that must
Good
be
night,
German.
sleep tight, pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. Now, until we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, good night.
Auf
There
Wiedersehen.
you
That
go.
was it. No wonder. That's hard.
That's
That's German, right? Auf Wiedersehen.
German.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf
Ciao.
Wiedersehen.
Yes. A one and a two.
One
Oh
and a two,
man.
and let's get the doubles going. No.
Let's
We
keep
have 3
on
eyeballs now.
three. Well,
Whoever's
of course we do.
whoever just
Everybody
joined
loves
us,
Lawrence Bosa.
please tell us your favorite movie. Person who joined, who's like in the background, share with us. We want to know what's your favorite movie.
What's a movie you watch every time it comes on?
What comes on? I never watch TV anymore.
What about? I always watch all of the vacation movies. Chris,
Oh yeah,
with Chevy Chase. I always watch those.
right. Yeah,
Every time
family
there's a movie,
vacation.
I'll go watch
There was one with Robin, wasn't it Robin Williams that it was
RV.
called RV.
Oh yeah, RV. That's pretty good.
That was good. That was
Yeah,
really good.
pretty funny. Yeah. Uh, la la la
Oh, if I
la.
come over here, then it's not so bright.
What about Urban Cowboy? I loved that when it came out.
Wow, yeah, with John Travolta.
Yeah, and Deborah Winger.
Yeah, I remember when that. Yeah, that was big.
Oh yeah, I loved country after that. I was like into it.
You know what we haven't mentioned yet? Star Trek or Star Wars. I'm sorry, Star Wars. The first time Star Wars was in the cinema.
Right, and I saw it like 3 times.
Yeah, I saw it again, and that was the first time you saw a movie more than once in the cinema. Right. You didn't do that. You saw it once, and that was it. With Star Wars, it was the first time we went back. It was a whole phenomenon.
Right. And I did that with Grease. E.T. was one of those.
E.T. Well, yeah, because after that, now you knew you could like actually see it more than once because we'd never thought of seeing it more than once.
Right. It's like, what a concept.
Yeah.
Like, why would you
theaters love that?
You know, can you imagine back there? It's like, why would you see something you've already seen? We'd be like, we do it all the time now.
Yeah.
Over and over and over.
I know.
And then
with HBO, you have the same movie on like 5 times a day, and so you could watch. Oh, I did that with Tommy. Tommy on HBO, and I watched it over and over.
Oh, that one drove me nuts.
Good thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no more dramatic films now. Yeah. What about on drama side, Wind Beneath My Wings?
I can't remember that.
With Bette Midler. Bette Midler.
Oh, the Beaches. She's
out.
Beaches.
The song was Wind Beneath My Wings. I'm sorry. The theme song of Beaches was Wind Beneath My Wings. Okay.
I was pregnant.
But yes, the movie Beaches.
I was pregnant when that came out and saw it at the theater and wanted to bawl my eyes out. Went into my car after it was over and just bawled. I
think I was working at a cinema, like as the usher that takes your tickets when it came out. And every ticket that I was taking, I'd say, make sure you have some tissues. Make sure you have some tissues. Make sure you have some.
They're probably like, why? Oh, you'll need them. That was sad.
No.
That was a great movie.
Good Will Hunting, did that kick off Matt Damon and Ben Affleck? Is that the one that kicked them off?
I think so. Yeah.
Kicked off their career?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Or was that a different movie? All right.
Yeah.
You're frozen. Oh, you were frozen. You were frozen.
Can you try? Yeah. So yeah, I couldn't hear you. So what did you say? Oh, Grace is saying that's it. Yes. So we don't have to think too hard about it. Yes. It's. I have my my Underdog shirt to show you. See, Underdog.
Okay, I didn't know. Underdog. Oh, cute.
Yeah, if we want to talk about cartoons. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, come over here.
I like the Pink Panther.
Oh yeah, the Rocky and Bullwinkle show too, with that little history one that part like where there's messed up fairy tales and stuff.
Yeah. Oh man. And we had to wait till Saturday to watch cartoons.
Yeah. Grace mentioned that Robin Williams was the psychologist in Good Will Hunting. He always did really good in dramatic roles, because then there was the one too where he was like the professor teaching poetry.
Oh yeah.
Can't think of the name of that one, but I just remember the Captain, my Captain.
Yes, and I get those mixed up, those two movies, Good Will Hunting and that one. And I
know that's why it made me think of it, and because they both have Robin Williams too.
But I never did see Patch Williams because I didn't want to. I didn't want to cry.
I saw it. It was good. It was a good movie. Yeah, it does make you cry, but it makes you laugh too. That's the whole point. Is that laughter is good medicine,
Yeah, I just didn't want any part of it. Thank you very much. I was like, no.
Grace, you should be on the panel. She said the Dead Poets Society.
That's it. Yes, totally.
Yes, she knows her stuff.
I'll tell you one movie you don't ever want to see because it's a great movie, and I can't think of the name now, but it is such a great movie. But if you don't do it to yourself. It's the one with
What? What's it? Who's in it? What's it about?
It's a dog movie. Is it called Hodge or Hodge something Hodge? Someone look that one up. It's about a dog and Richard Gere's in it. And don't see it. It's a great movie, but dear God, I was like, why did I do this to myself? I want to say Hodge. Look up Hodge something. It's Hodge.
Gere.
I think it's Hodge.
Movie with dog. Oh, okay.
Hachi?
Hachi. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
that movie is so sad. I can't take it.
I'll screen share. Present. Share the screen. Chrome tab. Richard Gere movie with dog search.
Why did I do this to myself? No.
Here it comes. Do 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 do. There you go. Now you can see it.
Have you seen it?
Right.
What's it called? Hachi.
Of course,
I knew it was something. Oh, it's horribly good, but horrible. Right. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's
another
great,
one that I could only ever watch once is the one with Haley Joel Osment from The Sixth Sense and Jude Law. Yeah. Was it called AI? I think it was called AI. And he's like a little robot boy.
I didn't.
Well, it's like Pinocchio. It's like Pinocchio. He's a robot boy that wants to be real or something.
Oh, no, I didn't see it.
Oh my God. And then it's like, since he's not a human, he doesn't die. Yeah. And then he's like trapped underwater or something, and he's just alive down there for 1,000 years or something.
You were like, no.
Oh
no,
it was.
Yeah, I don't want to cry my eyes out. What's my eyes? I don't like that. Yeah, some of those movies I can't take it. It's like, no.
I saw the Avatar with the water, this latest one, because a friend of mine
never saw the first one.
Wanted to. Yeah, I saw I'd seen the first one, but the second one I never want to see it again. Okay, fine. I saw it. I didn't pay for it. My friend paid for it. It's like, fine. It's well done and everything. Well, we've talked about adrenochrome, right? Yeah. I swear.
I mean, I don't know if we talked about it, but I know all about it.
You know all about it, right? Let me just say Gross's comment, running with wolves. Or do you mean Dancing with Wolves?
Oh, yeah, that was a great movie. But there may be a Running with Wolves, too.
There may be also, but she might mean Dancing with Wolves.
Yeah, that was
the Kevin Costner one, I'm guessing. But maybe it's tell us if it's a different one. So in the Avatar, the new Avatar, there's a scene where they're hunting like a whale. It's a whale. All right. It's an Avatar world whale. Okay. And they have to, so when they kill it, then they have to like put jacks in its mouth to hold its mouth open so they can go inside like a cave. And then they drill through the roof of the mouth into the skull to extract a liquid that's worth billions of dollars or $1 trillion for this vial of liquid that it's a big vial that they extract. But
a little too real there.
Oh my God. And while this is happening back on the ship, because they're like, you've got the ship and then you've got the little dinghy kind of thing that goes and takes them in to do this extraction. Back on the ship, they've got their like displays of everything that's happening, and it shows the brain, it shows the pineal gland where the adrenochrome is.
Yeah.
And it shows them drilling, like, okay, yeah, they've reached it. I mean,
Oh my gosh, they're not hiding it at all, are they?
They're not hiding it at all. Only it was yellow instead of pink, because normally pink will represent adrenochrome. And so but they know people are onto that, so they made it yellow.
But yet they're still showing it because they're
Yes,
so
pineal
thick.
gland. Yeah.
Well, like I heard, like somebody had, I don't know where I heard it, but Reddit or somebody said it, that they think that if they tell you what they're doing, they will have no karma. That if they just tell you what they're doing, then they will get no repercussions. They will have no repercussions. Like, good luck with that.
It comes down to free will. That everyone
Oh.
needs to have free will. So if you know about it, even like subliminally like this,
Right.
and don't do anything to stop it, then you've made your choice of free will that to allow it to happen, and it absolves responsibility, you know, in that way. But also, if you watch Monsters Inc.,
which I haven't,
I've okay, so it's don't you know, you don't need to bother,
but it's supposed to be for kids, right?
It's for kids. And what happens, I mean, the whole system,
I know parents take kids.
Well, the company, right, Inc. Incorporated, is this premise that the monster under the bed, whatever, like this, that you have nightmares about.
Yeah.
Like every monster employed by Monsters Inc. has like a portal, has a like, so okay, I'm going to work now, and they open this door and they go inside, and it's like a portal into a child's bedroom.
Oh no.
Where they scare the child.
Oh no.
And and then when you're back inside the factory, it shows that like when the child's being scared, their scream, their energy, you know, their fear, Satanists have to tell you first it's a thing. As Grace said, absolutely. So we're good. We're all on the same board here. So then what happens, so it's like a big vacuum cleaner unit or something, right? And they suck out all the fear. And then it goes and then it's like that you have to package the fear, and you got the guy up with the dolly, you know.
So
it's adrenochrome.
Yeah, it's a whole nother form of adrenochrome. Weird. You know, what the heck? What the heck is wrong?
It's just, yeah. But I didn't even, when I went out and I saw it, there was like a show or something that pointed it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like so obvious, you know.
Yeah. Like they're not hiding it anymore. We thought all these years when they were showing us movies like The Hunger Games, they probably do this stuff all the time.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in Belgium and not Amsterdam, but the Netherlands and Belgium. They're right next to each other. The royal families there, they absolutely have hunting ground up there. And I'm sure there's more than just that. The Simpsons, gosh, they do a lot of predictive stuff.
That's what I hear. I don't watch it, but I hear that everything they've said is like happened. And so they must be,
I don't know, like, or do they actually still have new episodes? I mean, I remember back when it was a show on TV, and me and my kids.
I remember my little house.
Because they had 3 kids.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be, no, it just went on and weirder and weirder. Some crazy crap that we just can't even, we would never imagine. And then, of course, when we were learning all about the adrenochrome, and then you went back to the Ellen show and saw that Sandra Bullock on there talking about the little foreskin from some baby in some other country. And Ellen was just like, tell us about it. And she was like, I don't know. It's like, oh, you guys are just sick. Yeah. I can't look at none of them anymore at all. I can't look at them. Like looking at If you look at Ellen, it's like looking at Satan in the face. And no, I kept like, oh, she's getting what's coming. I mean, she's no, ugh.
Yeah.
She's
And
going down. She's taking a lot of people with her.
yeah. Meryl Streep is really high up.
Oh yeah, she's always been
There,
there.
I think, was really high up.
Oh yeah.
Of
It's too
course,
bad. I think they all
jungle
must be. I think
politics. You've got.
I'm pretty sure anybody
Hmm?
that's really, really high up probably is involved. You know, most people that are so rich and powerful, most of them, they got to be involved or they would be kicked out of the club. And some of them are.
Well,
They need the real
you
guys a
know
little bit.
how. Yeah, Grace says male is the. Yeah, exactly. There was one clip that I don't know if it was like a TikTok post or whatever, but Obama was president. And it was like the day that they were going to be giving out the presidential medals of honor to various guests. And this
Oh,
was
yeah.
like in the back room, in what, I don't, in the Oval Office or whatever. And everyone is just it's like, it was planned. So they're all like in a pose and they're frozen. While one person, who's one of them, I don't remember which star it is like going around the room like this, you know, and everybody's just frozen in their pose. And I swear that was like the meeting of like everyone in that room
He gave it to
is
Ellen.
like Oprah's
Ellen
up there too. Yes.
Ellen got
Well,
that award.
who did?
Ellen did from Obama.
Maybe it was the time that Ellen was getting it. Not all room, right? So you know they were having some kind of ceremonies they do, and you can believe that room was the people, and that they were using the White House to do it.
Oh yeah.
In that room would have been like a basement room or something that they would have all gone to.
With
you know,
all their tunnels
that's
and
just
secret places.
That's an allegedly. Exactly.
For entertainment purposes.
You know it. Oh. So then you look around that room. But if and I think this is why you have one-hit wonders.
Right.
Now, the more I think about, the more I've thought about it, that
makes sense.
Somebody,
totally.
Some DJ plays a record of somebody unknown who's not part of the system, and it becomes popular. Everyone loves it. It becomes a hit. Well, then they get approached by a record company or whatever, and they're told, they're given the offer. Okay, they're given the offer, and a lot of times it's just like, well, if you want to be really famous, would you do anything? Just a kind of a conversation. And if you say, oh, well, no, I wouldn't do anything. They're like, oh, okay, that's cool. And that's it. You're out. And you will not be allowed to progress. If you say, man, I would do anything. Yes, I would do anything. And then the conversation will progress.
My name. Yeah. Oh yeah, they get a little taste of all these people just screaming their names and worshiping them like they're just wow.
Yeah.
And they just eat it right up.
And so that's why I have a hard time now with
it makes sense. It makes sense with all of the talented people.
A hard time because I know that they're not going to be cast in the film unless their parents have agreed to allow a handler to handle them. And that parent might be told, totally in the dark, but that child is going to be raped. And I'm not afraid to say words, unless I get a first strike or something like this, then I'll know. But until then, I'll say what I want. And so that will happen. They are master psychologists. We're talking generational. generational, thousands of years. They know how to split the personalities. You cause a particular trauma, you say particular things while you're causing the trauma that then causes the brain to split into that personality. So that trauma only exists in that place, which then can have a trigger to reactivate it. So every time you're traumatizing the child, it's that personality, and the other personality that goes home to their parents don't even have a clue that because it's in a different box in the brain, you know, and that's how they do it. And
yeah, I think they also have some kind of,
really hard time. Any movie with a child in it had to have their parent. Why just say, okay, well, we some more auditions. Thank you very much, because it's like here's the first they're saying here's the contract, sign on the dotted line, and your child is going to be cast in this role. And the parent goes, no, I'm not signing this. And they say, oh, okay, well, you know what? Let me call you back. You know, we still have a few more choices to look over, and we'll call you back. Don't call us, we'll call you. And they're never called back. So the only children that are in movies are experiencing this trauma, and I have a real hard time.
They know who to prey upon.
Yeah.
No, and so many of the parents just want fame through their children.
Mm-hmm. And Grace mentions Olsen twins, Mary Kate and Ashley. Absolutely. 100%.
Oh my gosh! They will talk about that creepy show. How did we even watch it? I'm like, I always thought it was a little weird, but now I think it's really freaking weird.
I'll tell you, my kids were young when that show was popular, and
me too.
As a mother, my first thought was, it's wholesome. There's no violence. There's no sexuality. You know, like Married with Children or whatever. It's sex jokes all the time. There's no violence. There's by that standard, it's a nice wholesome show. And then my daughter started like sassing and talking back and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, where is she getting this from? And the next time we were sitting down watching Full House, it clicked, because they were talking exactly like my daughter was talking, and then you'd get canned laughter.
Oh yeah.
So whenever you put somebody down or you sass,
oh yeah.
So she was through Full House, she was being trained to have sass, you know, and
and then that laugh track, yeah. Oh, it's so stupid too. If I look back at this, it was so stupid.
Yeah. So here I was as a mother trying to do the right thing.
Right. We thought,
and it's all there, you know, unless you're watching flat out produced Christian movies or something, you know, and even then you got to watch out, because there's, you know, wolves in sheep's clothing.
Oh yeah. That's little did we know that's where they really hang out the most, in those positions, unfortunately.
Yeah. There was you know, Kenneth Copeland, and so his church had like a television series for kids, and it was cowboy themed, and it was like Sesame Street. It was really like Sesame Street.
Really
Today
hokey.
We're doing the letter A.
It was hokey.
Totally hokey, you know, but it's Christian and all of this, and not that I'd ever really watch much of his evangelism or his shows. You know, I'd catch some every now and
then. Passing through, you know, back then we only had so many choices.
See a few, but there's something about like his face that always spooked me. Something in his eyes that just didn't look right. And I've heard rumors. I don't have any proof. I've heard rumors over the year that he's one of the really, as far as like big double life, shall we say, on the topic that we've been talking about, that he's got that extreme of a double life. Not just
he seems mean. I could see him being really nasty mean too. Well, you see how he yells. I'm not all about that fire and brimstone, that hokey crap.
Yeah, see that, and
That's just so flim flammy, holy roller BS crap. I can see right through that.
Yeah, yeah, and
Then they have that.
so you just got to live. You just got to live each day and do your best and stay in tune and on the frequency with the Holy Spirit. Because that's open to each of us. It's not something that only the priests or only the Sadducees and Pharisees back in the day. If someone's trying to control, like say, I have the relationship with God, and here,
right,
then
if you can't interpret it.
Right. We all have our own direct line. No, that's not. Of course, right. Each of us will get words from God to share. It's like you speak, it's the Holy Spirit speaking through you. Sometimes you got a friend, maybe even a stranger at a bus stop, and they're having a bad day, and you give these words of encouragement that you don't even kind of know. It's like not your normal. It's like it was the Holy Spirit speaking encouragement to that person, exactly what they needed to hear. And it's in all of us, and we all share that, and we do that with each other. If you're not in a community like that, then you're in the wrong community.
Exactly.
That's why I love channel.
Yeah.
It's church. Is the body. It's each of us, and when we come together in Pam's channel, the Spirit is there. When 2 or 3 are gathered, well, we don't have to be gathered physically. We can be gathered YouTube, and it's literally church for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Which is why I don't want to do whatever I do. I don't want to interrupt whatever she's doing, with what I do. Yeah. Sometimes I think about doing like singing videos like you do, and then I thought, no, it's going to seem like I'm some kind of copycat if I do that.
No, so it won't. Nobody listens to me anyway.
Well,
nobody
I do.
Thank you.
I love it. It's interesting because a lot of times I don't like to hear soprano voices because I can't like sing along, right? Since I'm an alto. But I enjoy listening to your voice. It's
because you met me. Only because you met me.
Maybe that's part of it.
Yeah. Well, somebody was saying on like a YouTube thing, well, if I want to hear someone sing, I'll listen to Julie Andrews, and I was like, oh, that's fine, but I'm not trying to.
Wrote that in comment. Someone wrote that in a comment?
No, not to me.
In the previous time or something.
It's like somebody was like, if I want to hear someone sing, he was just making a comment about somebody else. I'm like, well, I don't really,
Well, Grace said.
I just sing because I want to sing. Yeah.
Okay, Grace says, I do, Shelly. So she listens.
You listen to me sing? Oh, you poor thing. Well,
wailing. Oh no.
I'm always singing, so I thought, well, I might as well just sing. I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing it. God told me to do it, and I'm singing.
Yeah.
I'm addicted now. I have to sing a song a day. I try to sing a song. I try to keep my people happy.
Yeah.
Would you like me to sing a song for you? I mean, not live, but
great. Grace, since you have this opportunity with Chalet right now, then if you write down your request song, I will, because she can't see the chat, but I will tell her your request song. So you're being in specifically
I'm
to
request
a song for her. No. All right. I'll make sure that, okay, if you go to my channel, you can go to playlists, right? And so on my playlists, I have one that's karaoke that I'm throwing all these karaokes in. you can look through that for some ideas. Even if it's not in the right key or whatever, the one that I have, it might give you some song
Right.
ideas.
Oh yeah, they're never in the right key. I always got to find the right key. But I did longer then. I redid it. Dang it,
I
I
saw
did
that one, and
it.
then you uploaded something else for longer, and I haven't heard that one yet.
Well, I did longer then,
But
and then I took it away, and then I did it again because I
no, I
didn't
heard
like
the
it.
second one.
Okay.
Yeah, just this
Well, I
morning
don't know what
I was listening to
oh
it.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's what I did today. But I did the
Yeah.
oh, that's another movie, Tootsie. You remember that one? That's where that one song came
Oh
from.
yeah, that was funny.
I love that one. I saw
Dustin
that in
Hoffman.
the theater. I saw
Yeah.
that in Omaha, Nebraska with my
Wow.
cousins and my mom and dad. We got to the movie theater. It was snowing outside, I believe. And we got there and there was too many people. So we had to wait for the next show and it was too far for us to drive all the way home. So we literally played charades in the theater for 2 hours until the next one. But we had so much fun just playing charades. We were
Yeah.
nuts. But yeah, that's a good memory.
So you had to wait. Did you say 2 hours?
Well, we got to the theater and we couldn't get in because it was full. So
So
instead
you
we
had to
couldn't
buy the next screening.
so we waited and we couldn't drive home. It was winter. And it was like so we just stayed and played charades with it was family time. It was a vacation for us, getting together with my cousins. So it was like we were happy to see each other and we didn't care where we were.
Right. Nice. That made Grace think of Rain Man.
Oh yeah, I
Also,
saw that one too. Yep. Rain Man was
yeah,
good.
yeah, very good.
Sometimes I'll break out into a little Rain Man.
Yeah, I think of that as like one of Tom Cruise's first serious films because didn't he do Top Gun before that?
Yeah.
But that was
Yeah.
young testosterone action, where Rain Man was like a very serious role. The Color of Money with Paul Newman, with
Oh yeah.
Tom Cruise and Paul Newman was also, I mean, he was on a career track. If you think about that, during that time, he did The Color of Money to work with Paul Newman. He did Rain Man to work with Dustin Hoffman. Then he also did a movie that he worked with Al Pacino, right? I can't remember which one that was.
Scent of a Woman. Was it Scent of a Woman?
Was that Tom Cruise or was somebody else? It was definitely Al Pacino that played the blind guy.
Yeah, I don't know now.
I'm not sure if it was Tom Cruise that was
I'm
the
not
young
sure
guy.
either now. Grace, look it up.
Yeah. Well, I could look up Tom Cruise here.
Who was the guy?
Cruise.
Who was in Devil's Advocate? He was in that one, right?
Oh, that might be the one.
That was,
So I'm looking up his movie. Oh, Risky Business. That was
yeah.
1983. Okay. Oh, I hated Jerry Maguire. Absolutely hated that.
Guido the Killer Pimp. Guido the Killer Pimp. Oh, you didn't like
these
Jerry Maguire?
No. Oh, Magnolia. That was Far and Away. Did you guys see Far and Away? It was 1992.
I didn't see that one. I don't think.
It was the movie that he met Nicole Kidman in. And they're both from Ireland, but she's rich and he's poor. And they run away.
I thought they met on that race car movie. They were in a race car movie together.
No. I'm pretty sure it was Far and Away. If you remember the name of the race car movie, I could see what year it was.
I have no idea, but he drove a race car in that movie.
Oh, Taps. I remember Taps. That was 1981.
Oh, I love that movie. What a wild movie that was.
Yeah, but I like Timothy Hutton.
Was his name? Yes.
Yeah, Timothy Hutton. And
wasn't he E.T. boy? Wasn't he the E.T. boy?
No, that kid. I think that kid didn't make the abuse. He didn't do anything else after.
Oh, good. He's probably safe then.
Or dead. I don't know.
True.
I mean, okay, that director that I shall not name with E.T. is extremely
I know.
culpable, extremely involved.
Yeah, she's in the movie was it Poltergeist? That girl.
That's Drew Barrymore. Yes. So there you
No,
go.
not Drew.
She's
No,
yes.
not Drew Barrymore.
Oh, the Heather girl. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Heather.
Then you get into the red shoes and
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh,
It's just like, oh.
yeah. But far and away, it's good. So I'm looking at these early movies. So Tom Cruise was in Endless Love. He was in Taps. Those were both in
No,
1980.
he wasn't in Endless Love.
It says right here.
He was not in Endless Love.
Okay.
Unless there was a remake.
I think he might have been the friend or
Oh,
something.
he was a friend.
Yeah, the same thing in Taps.
You're right. Yeah, he was a friend.
Timothy Hutton, but one of the guy that went crazy was Tom Cruise.
Yeah, because I just watched Endless Love not long ago, and you're right, because I was like, wait, that's Tom.
Yeah,
friend.
And then in 83, so 2 years later, then he's got All the Right Moves.
Yeah.
He's got no, that's 92. All the Right Moves. What else was 83?
He was also in Footloose, wasn't he?
Oh, I don't know, maybe. Cocktails was 88. Oh, Rain Man was 88. These aren't in order. Oh, he was in The Outsiders in 83.
Oh, yeah.
And Risky Business was in 83. So Risky Business and Dancing Around in the Underwear.
Right.
Somehow.
Yeah, I know I was in high school. Saw that
he must have made his deal with at that time, because it really changed after Risky Business.
Yeah, because he went to complete boom. Because anybody could have been that boom person.
Right. And where's
not anybody, but you know what I mean.
Oh, he was in A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah. He's been in lots of movies.
Oh, Days of Thunder is the race car one.
Okay.
I'm not even sure Nicole Kidman was in that. Days of Thunder.
I thought that's where they met. Yeah, she was. She was like a nurse or a doctor or something. She was like, she looked at his spine. She was like,
that was 2 years before Far and Away. So then they would have met then. Where's Top Gun? Top Gun's not even on this list.
Really?
Well,
was that 89?
You know how Google will just I'm just looking at the Google results. I'm not looking like at an actual. Oh wait, there's Top Gun. Okay. It was the first one. 86.
Oh wow.
86. So see, Risky Business came out in 83.
Yeah.
And then he started getting groomed by everybody. That you know. If you look at you've got Rain Man, you've got Cocktails. What else was in the 80s? Well, see, the 90s really had a lot of the grooming ones. Like I said, A Few Good Men with Jack Nicholson.
He was in Vanilla Sky, right?
Yeah.
That's where he met his other woman, Penelope Cruz, correct? Oh. Didn't he marry her, or they had a fling? They were together, Penelope Cruz, and from that movie.
I didn't know that. He was first married to Mimi Rogers, then Nicole Kidman, then Katie Holmes.
Yeah, Mimi's the one that got him into Scientology, supposedly.
Yeah. And so both Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes were like arranged publicity marriages.
You know, Nicole Kidman's father is a real sicko.
Yeah. Well, there's Vanilla Sky. It was 2001.
Okay, wow.
Oh, yeah, her father in Australia. Oh, my gosh. I'm looking at this. I'm not seeing what. Oh, Unstable Mabel's here. Yay, Unstable. Sentimental Woman. Okay, yeah, that's right. Poltergeist Girls Unalive. Absolute. Yeah, that's Heather with the red shoes.
Is in the house.
And then Grace. Hey, Mabel says, "Hey, Grace, been asleep all and night, and it's 10:30." And hiya, Maven and Shell. Oh, we're so glad you're here.
We're happy.
So Mabel, what movie? I mean, we've been just kind of rambling. So now that you're here, what's your favorite movie, or a movie that you like, or a movie that you hate? So it's just something to comment about a movie.
What's your favorite movie of all time? Oh, I have too many movies that I'm putting on my sweater. It's getting a little chilly in here. Getting a little chilly.
Yeah, that's why I got my flannel on. It is 80 degrees Fahrenheit in Phnom Penh right now.
Oh, it's supposed to be like
80
50.
degrees. I got my flannel on.
I know how it is. I feel you.
Yeah. Come on. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, let's
80,
see. I've got enough.
You really should. 80. It must not be much humidity.
It's not as much humidity as like, yeah, Florida for sure. Even though it's supposed to be all jungle and stuff.
Right.
Okay, so what I've got here is box. So to fill the time, I'll just look and see what we got in here. Sliding doors. Have you guys seen that?
Probably. It sounds familiar, but I can't remember.
Sliding door.
Is somebody a robot? I mean a robot. Is someone a robot? No.
It's she's going. She got fired from a job, and so she's going home early, and in the briefest like moment, a split second, she bumps into a little girl, and in an alternate universe, she like was able to kind of skip around and not bump into her and catch the train. When she bumps into the girl, she misses the train. When so then you've got these parallel things going on.
Oh yeah.
And I think the sliding doors is when the subway doors close, I think, right? And yeah, so she catches her husband, and when she catches her husband fooling around, or she gets there right after the mistress left, and that he's fooling around. You got, so it's like it's really, whoops. I love the way the ending is. Backdraft. Do you guys remember this?
Oh yeah. Kurt Russell, right?
Yeah, Kurt Russell. And Mabel says she can't remember the name right now. Brain fog. Well, give us some clues and we'll try to help if you remember.
I know. I had a complete brain fog too. Of all the movies, I've seen so many.
As we were just talking about, Far and Away.
Far and Away.
Oh, you were asking about a movie that if it's on, you can't change the channel. Ever After.
Right.
This one. It's a Cinderella story with Drew Barrymore. Love it. Love it.
I don't think I've seen
about it. Christian comedian Mark Lowry. You guys are gonna... This is 3 movies of Mel Gibson with Mel Gibson. Mrs. Sophie, Gallipoli, and The River. I don't know if you guys are interested in all that.
What's that movie he was in where he can read women's minds?
Mirror, the Mirror Faces, I believe.
With Holly Hunter.
Is that with Holly Hunt? Okay, no. The Mirror Has Faces is different. He's yeah. Which one is that?
No.
Can you help us out? What Women Want.
Yes, that's it.
It was the woman that was in the TV sitcom with Paul Rudd. And I completely, yeah. And they just did a remake where it's the woman who can hear what the men are saying. They just did a remake. Okay, Mabel's movie that we have to try and figure out with Alan Alda and Ellen Bernstein, and they meet up once a year for many years. Ooh. I can look up Alan. I can find it
No, but that reminded me of another
you.
movie called Four Seasons
Alan.
with Al. They meet up at, I don't know.
Bernstein.
Sounds intriguing though.
Same time next year.
Oh,
Same time next year.
I don't think I've seen it.
I think
I'm gonna have to-
Oh, Grace got it. Grace got it. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Woo.
Oh. The Sixth Sense. All right. I have that. We already know about that.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
We do.
my favorite wedding singer. We already talked about that.
I'm trying to think of the song.
One of my
so
favorite.
sad.
What about Bob?
Oh my God. That's what I was trying to tell my daughter named her dog.
Classic Bill Murray. Classic Bill Murray.
Richard Dreyfuss.
What about
Bob?
Yeah, okay, now we're back again.
I wanted to kick his butt.
I love that movie. Absolutely, that movie. I can watch it. This film is a litmus test. And let me tell you why. You've got Bob, Bill Murray, who's crazy. And then you've got his psychiatrist, Richard Dreyfuss, who's sane. And as the movie goes on, they cross. Bob starts to become sane. Richard Dreyfuss starts to go crazy. Okay? This is why it's a litmus test. You identify with either one or the other. So if you're a bit crazy, you're just absolutely loving it. You're kind of following Bob. But if you like, maybe you're OCD, which Bob is supposed to be, but you like things in order and you like things structured, you're going to identify with Richard Dreyfuss and you're going to be like his character and more frustrated as it goes on.
Yeah, I was frustrated.
Right. And that's okay because we're friends. But you wouldn't want to, I don't think you would want to marry the opposite type of person. Sometimes opposites attract.
I mean, I'm not extremist, but yeah. That would drive, he drove me nuts too. I was like, yeah. But some parts were fun.
If you guys have never seen Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy, okay, they did movies together. New Moon is one. There's also Naughty Marietta. They're black and white movies. There's music. She was like a famous opera singer, and her and Nelson Eddy, it's like they do buddy movies. I mean, they do movies together, but they're different. They're different movies, but they do them together, and I highly recommend that.
Okay, well, Arthur. I love that movie, Arthur.
Love Arthur. Arthur was awesome. With Dudley Moore.
The first one.
Here's Man Without a Face that we were talking about. Oh, here's one that's interesting. It's with Johnny Depp. It's about Ed Wood. Ed Wood was a director that made all those B horror movies that we watched on Creature Features.
Yeah.
And so he plays that director, and he's trying to get Bela Lugosi to come be in his film, but nobody wants to work with him because he's weird. And finally, he convinces Bela Lugosi to be in his film. Right? Ooh. And now in the action genre, we haven't talked about that much. Nicolas Cage in Snake Eyes.
I don't think I've seen it.
Never seen it.
No,
it's one of those like.
I love Raising Arizona.
Yeah. I vaguely remember that. I mean, Raising Arizona, right?
Moonlight. What's that one called? Moonlight. The one with Cher. I can't think of it.
My gosh, I didn't
watched,
see it when it came out.
I just watched
Moonlight,
it like a week ago.
Moon,
Yeah.
or was it Moon? Or was it Moonlight and that's it? Or Moon, like Moon over Miami or
Moonstruck.
something?
Moonstruck.
Moonstruck.
Yes.
Excuse me. And it was
I
a
love
really
that
good movie.
It is, and I love. Now I get Is it Olympia Dukakis? She's in that movie. She's hilarious.
Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. Wrong with that
Oh,
combination. Bird on a Wire.
That was really good.
Excellent.
She took a shower with a cockroach.
I mean,
in hell.
Oh my gosh,
I
it's
remember
so
that
funny.
scene. Every time I take a shower, I'm thinking, "Oh hell no!"
Especially in Florida, they're falling down with Michael Douglas. Great film. How a normal he's a normal guy, but all these bad things, it's like he goes into the store and they're out of his favorite flavor of gum or something. I don't know, whatever, right? It's like all these little, you get stuck in tricky, all these things, happens. But then there's like the needle break, and it breaks the camel's back, and he ends up taking and mask with Cher. Mabel says mask with Cher. About her son. She's got the son who's like an elephant boy.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. I know exactly what you're talking about. Sam Elliott is in that too. Sam Elliott's pretty cool.
Oh gosh, anything. What about the reindeer one? Prancer, right? With Sam Elliott and some little girl.
Oh yeah. That's right. I forgot about that movie.
Oh.
Prancer. And the dude. He was in The Dude.
The Dude. I finally just saw that like within the last year.
Where's my rug man?
Yeah. Jeff. Not Jeff Daniels. Jeff.
Yeah.
Or what? Jeff Daniels. Maybe it was Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Yeah, it's him. I think. Well, whatever. We know what he looks like.
I can't think of the name of the movie, but I had never seen it until like the last year. It's like, I got to sit down and watch this.
It was funny because we were looking, it was another memory. My mother and my husband and I went to it one night. We had nothing else to do, and it was just weird because my mother was with us. And it was like, she was laughing at it, and I was like, okay. I was like, Mom, what's up with you?
Yeah.
Because it was not her style, believe me.
Peaches, which we were talking about earlier.
The Dude Will Abide, though.
Will Abide, yeah. You guys ever see that? John it's with Tom Hanks.
Oh, I can't stand him. Back him away.
I know.
I can't stand him anymore. I can't look at him. He's done with me. Get him out of here. You should burn that.
I know, but it's not only about him. It's the band.
I know, but
yeah. Scrooge.
I know. I still listen to Barbara Streisand, and I'm sure she's pretty gross.
Oh yeah. She's in that early generation crew. Yeah. Here's a movie you might not have heard. Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken. She's a horse jumper. So it's set like in the 20s. Oh,
I probably didn't see it.
I don't have the cover, but Pretty in Pink.
Oh,
how can we gotta have the John Hughes movies, man?
Ducky.
Mabel says that he was good in Forrest Gump. I'll tell you, I only like Forrest Gump because the film, the story itself is good. I would have been happy with it with anybody else in the part as far as I'm concerned. It's for me, it was it was fun that they took this character and they put him in all these points of history.
I
know. Behind the scenes, you didn't know it was him that started
Anybody could have played
you
it.
know.
I don't
Right,
know.
right.
I used to like him, but I just can't look. I used to like him, but I can't.
I
Now I'm
know.
completely
It's
out.
like
Gross.
you
Oh,
get a certain amount of knowledge and it's
that
hard.
toddler and Tierra crap and all the other stuff. That was just the start. Oh.
You guys heard of A Walk on the Moon? It's with Diane Lane and Viggo Mortensen.
I've heard the movie, but I don't know if I saw it.
It is good. You guys will have to go on replay and fast forward to this part, and you can like see A Walk in the Moon. She's a nice Jewish mom with then Liev Schreiber. Liev Schreiber is her husband, straight laced working guy. They have a cabin up in the Poconos or whatever, whichever mountains it is. It's near Woodstock, and Viggo Mortensen has this like bus with all these like used clothes that he sell. So he'll drive around and then he'll stop, and so like when he stops at the camp, all the wives come out and they buy a new little dress or they buy some clothes for the kids. It's a mobile clothing store, and they end up falling in. At least they end up having an affair, right? And they end up going to Woodstock.
Oh,
And, yeah, and I mean it is such a it's not like porn or anything like that, but it's such a sexy film. It just makes you feel romantic when
yeah.
it's
Like Against All Odds. You need to see that movie. That's
which
old.
one?
Against All Odds. It's got to be 85 or 86 or something.
Yeah. I think was that Tom Cruise? Because did I see that in that Tom Cruise list? No. But you know what? This makes me feel like
I think James Brolin. No, I don't know.
He's the husband of Barbara Streisand.
Right, and I think he's in that movie.
Yeah.
And Against All Odds, way years ago.
Well, do you remember The Bridges of Madison County?
Oh yeah.
Which I think was Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Was it? No.
Yeah, it was.
Was it Meryl Streep? Okay, and Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
That's kind of like only set in a different time.
What about Swing Shift with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell? That was good. Swing Shift.
That was good. Best rom-com ever. You've Got Mail. I can watch this.
See, you got that daytime. No, When Harry Met Sally, that blows that away. When Harry Met Sally, Billy Crystal, any day over that Tom Hanks. Of course, it's Meg Ryan. Get rid of that Tom Hanks.
I mean, every good.
Billy Crystal, no, we're not doing Tom. No, sorry, Tom, you blew it. You blew it.
Phil, wait. Unstable Mabel says that Phil Collins wrote the song for that movie.
Yeah.
Is she talking about Against All Odds?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jeff Bridges, Grace says.
That's who it is.
For
I get them mixed up. The blonde
Grace
men.
says anything with Meg Ryan. Exactly.
Yeah, I love Meg Ryan. So my son was addicted to Interspace as a kid, and I used to have like that curly blonde hair, so he always thought you're in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was Meg Ryan. Interspace, you remember that one? Everybody,
yeah.
Now that's Martin Short. My son watched it 70 billion times in a row, over and over. It was a silly movie with
This girl, it starts out, she's in prison and she gets released. And while she's been in prison, instead of making license plates, they have to answer the phone of the tourism board of Vermont or New Hampshire, one of those two, I think. And because I don't think it's Maine, could be Maine, but it's like one of those three, the in the Northeast. And she always describes to the people, oh, it's so beautiful. There's this waterfall and this and that, because she's got the tourist information in front of her. And so when she gets released from her sentence, but she's on parole, she goes to this little town in this area that she's always been describing on the tourist for the board. And there's people that trust her, there's people that don't trust her. It's just a really heartwarming movie if you haven't seen it.
Nope, I haven't seen
Unstable Mabel says, yes, he was injected into the guy's body. So funny. Yes, I remember that.
Yes, that was it. Oh my gosh. Everybody into the miniaturizer. What is the Dennis Quaid? Dennis Quaid, yeah.
Is it, if you're looking at the teenager time, she's all that. That makes me think of the one with Drew Barrymore with the baseball. And she goes back to high school as a reporter.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
What's that called?
But it's set in high school, you know,
Something
where she's
based? Is it something based? Maybe, I don't know. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, she goes under. Oh, she's Josie Grossi.
Yes, that one.
Josie,
Classic.
I'm not Josie Grossi anymore.
Right. And her brother goes back to try and save her.
Popular. Yeah, her brother was always popular, so he had to go and help her out.
Yeah. Because since he was popular, then everybody else would follow him.
Right. Josie Grossi.
So I think what I need to get is, because I got one of these cassette things. It's right here, so I'll show you. It's a cassette player, but it plugs into your computer, and so as you're playing it, it will actually change it into like an MP4 file or whatever, or MP3. So it digitalizes. So I have all these cassette tapes that I can now digitize. They also have that for VHS. That's what I need. I need one of these. So all these VHS tapes I can digitize.
Right. Like years ago, I had 3 of my cassette, like those kind those cassette things.
Yeah.
And had them made into CDs back at the drugstore. I'm gonna take off the sweater now. Try not to whip off. Come on now. Yeah, and it was like $30 back then to have one made into put on CD.
Right.
So I had 3 of them made, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now you can do it yourself.
If I I don't have the VHS thing.
Yeah. Well, can we even hook those up to our TVs anymore? A VCR?
No, some still have that round, like a cable, like the same kind as your cable TV. Yeah, but they're getting to have less. Like, I've got a smart. It's not smart. It's just a large screen TV right here, and so it has the plug with the pins. One side. And it has all those pins for the computer. Yeah. So you can plug in a USB, you can plug in the cable TV, you can plug in HDMI, but it still has the one with the pins for the can use as a computer monitor. If you have a computer that still uses the pins.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll just keep it in our memories.
Yeah. Notebook. Unstable Mabel mentions The Notebook. That was good.
Oh
that
my gosh,
was really good. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I caught on right away. The old couple, it was their memories, They kind of, but I still enjoyed it. Yeah.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh, and even the red and yellow cables, exactly. That was for the sound. The audio was the red and the yellow. Yeah. So you had to cook up the video and then the audio separately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Quite a job.
There we go. Okay, we're back. I need to wrap it up here soon. Maybe on other days I can make it go longer, but I've got some things I've got to do this afternoon. So Grace says, remember going to Blockbusters to rent movies. Exactly.
Oh
And
my
every
God.
town had, if you didn't have a Blockbusters, you had a family video store, a family
Oh my
owned
God,
video
yeah.
store. Yeah.
Oh man, those were the days.
Be
We're going to
kind,
Blockbuster.
rewind.
Oh yeah, or you'll get
Is
a
that,
fine.
yeah, because it's so frustrating. You take the movie home,
Oh,
you plug it in,
and
and
then
it's
it was
at
like,
the
oh
end,
no,
and
I
you
gotta
have
get
to
my
wait.
movie back on time.
Yeah. My popcorn's gonna get cold. Wait, this,
I
you know.
know, it sucks. Oh man, we never thought that would end.
Yeah.
There might
And
be
then
one Blockbuster somewhere.
no, Blockbuster's went out of business.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would they do?
Yeah. 10 years ago when I came to Cambodia, they still had VCR machines. And I've been trying to find, someone, come on, someone's grandma, grandpa dies in the countryside. I'm just gonna throw it in the trash. Give it to me, please. I can't get my hands on one.
Oh man, they probably have them at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. This has been fun.
It's
Being
been
that it's
fun.
only, yeah. And
Reminiscing.
it's the loss of the other people that they didn't join. We only had a few people, but we had fun being here. Oh,
We
here's one
did.
of my other cats. This is is it Mango? No, it's Cassie.
Which one are you?
Oh no, it's Mango. This is Mango. This is the one I adopted. He's got spots like a leopard. You see
Oh
those
yeah,
spots,
yeah. Uh-huh. I see.
And the other one is just kind of solid with a few stripes. He wants to go outside.
Mango.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a
So
lovely
anyway,
evening.
yeah, I know.
You have a lovely day.
Okay. So this is my things. On my time, it's going to be Tuesday night and Thursday morning, so that we have one of each, right? Okay.
But
And
when I get
the ABA, then kanyam ABAU. Yeah. So okay, Akon. Cleaner's leaving. Anyway, Mabel says she's glad she woke up and was able to catch you. Yes. Small but mighty.
That's right. Small but mighty. The fun group.
Yeah. Yeah, we're the fun group,
Group.
and so I'll always schedule it the day before. So when you guys see that, and I'll also, the community tab, see ya girls, bye. They're all saying bye. So yeah, check my community tab. I'll always put it there, and it should come up in your recommendations when it's scheduled. So just go ahead and click notify me on the video itself when it's scheduled. It should be okay.
All right. Everybody have a good day, night. Everything.
Yeah, next time we'll read those stories from my students about the app.
Oh yeah. Totally. Okay. Okay. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.